Hi, I'm happy to have you join me here. I'm Dr. Rose G.S. and I'm honored to be one of the 44 international authors in this wonderful transformational book, Pebbles in the Pond, Transforming the World 1% at a Time. And today, I'm going to read you the chapter that I wrote in this beautiful book. It was a challenging year for me in 1997. I knew I was tested and tried with the mighty fall of my love castle, a wonderful marriage that seemed was going to end at any time. I had no one to turn to except God. Well, who else could I actually turn to in a time like this? After 3 years of going through what seemed like hell on earth, one fateful night I asked God a question, not in anger, but in tears. And with all sincerity in wanting to know, I just wanted my answer. I asked Him, "Dear God, please tell me, why do I have to go through this pain? Have I done something that angered you? I know I might have, but please don't punish me like this. Please forgive me. Please let me know why I have to go through such pain." Immediately after that prayer, I cried myself to sleep, which was no different from all the other nights for those 3 long years. But that night, my prayers were answered in the most vivid dream I have ever had. In that dream, I saw from a back a beautiful lady standing on a tall stage. She looked radiant with so much love. Thousands of people from all over the world had come to hear her speak. Her energy was so sweet, and I felt so much love exuding from her. I could feel her eyes gleaming with so much adoration that when she looked into the eyes of those who came to meet her and hear her speak, it was enough to heal their pains. As I stared in awe looking at this wonderful person, I heard a thundering voice coming from another direction addressing me. I did not question what or whose voice it was. I just knew and trusted. The voice said, "You have to go through the pain for the leadership you have to take." Then, as if I was signaled, the loving person on the stage turned to me, and to my surprise, that beautiful loving lady on that stage was me. Immediately upon realizing that, I awoke and returned to reality. I was shaking, perspiring, and in tears. I was very afraid in so many ways, afraid that I might forget this dream, afraid if the dream was true, and also afraid that if it was not true, because all of these thoughts had their own set of implications. I ran to my wardrobe across the room, frantically searched for a pen and paper from its drawers, and quickly scribbled the last message I heard. And sure enough, I could never forget those words. In fact, they live in me to this very day. They are still vivid in my mind and burn into my soul, asking me to share them with as many people I possibly can. They haunt me, push me, and remind me about one very important thing: the leadership I have to take. What leadership am I to take? I asked myself with a huge disbelief. And perhaps the biggest question of all that kept pushing its way into my head for many years after that: who am I to take any leadership? One day, as I was driving and crying at the same time, thinking of my almost ruined marriage, a sense of self-pity and grief came over me. I was full of shame, and my self-esteem was very much battered. I remember thinking, how am I going to face the world? How am I to continue living? I remember taking deep breaths many times as my anger and sadness felt so overwhelming. To me then, mighty was the fall of my so-called wonderful marriage. I remember that I kept telling myself many times that there must be something good that will come out of this suffering and misery. Suddenly, I heard a soft whisper. With all certainty, I knew that I needed to listen to that voice. Be the angel of love. Teach about love. Be the example. Lead and show the world. An image of a book came to me. The message is love, it said. With that, I felt a deep knowing that I was to spread love to the whole world. I believe that is the leadership that I need to take. And not just that, I am also to heal the hurts and unite the world. I was stunned and fearful. I remember thinking, me, a nobody? Who am I to do that? Who am I to kid? Who am I to do such a thing? I was in denial for many years, doubting myself and hating those whispers that I knew would definitely change my life. Since that moment, every time I was at a place where there were many people I did not know, I would question myself. Am I to love them? Am I to spread love to these people who I do not even know and don't even care about? It looked like just an impossible and far-fetched idea that I was to spread love. To make things worse, there was another voice too that kept tormenting me loud and clear, saying, "Who are you to lead? Who are you to write a book about love? Who are you to even imagine you can spread love, let alone to heal the hurts and unite the world when your own love life is almost ruined?" Those words pierced into my mind and heart like a sharp dagger and brought me to another level of self-doubt and self-loathing. For many years, I struggled to free myself from it. If this book is in your hands, I know that something drew us together for a purpose that will only be revealed as we walk the path of our lives. Your path and mine are intertwined for a beautiful reason. I also know that your life stories is very important and needs to be told for others to benefit and learn from. In fact, that is why I'm sharing this story with you, because I believe somehow it will stroke a chord in your beautiful self, and it will give you the power to come forward and bring forth your gifts to the world. Maybe my role here is to remind you to listen to that voice inside of you that keeps reminding you of your gifts and greatness. With that, allow me to gently ask you here, what are your gifts that you have forgotten? What are your dreams that you have allowed to be buried deep in your fears? What are your hurts that are calling for love to come and heal you, the ones you have denied? Know that